Legendary hip-hop artist Afrika Bambaataa has been accused of molesting young boys. Now, originally, it was just one dude that came out and said he was sexually molested as a boy by Afrika Bambaataa, but now there's been a total of 4 guys who have came out and said, they've had sexual experiences with Afrika Bambaataa. Now, this is just another repeat of this whole, with a little twist, but another repeat of this whole Bill Cosby thing going on. And, I don't know what's going on with these people who are, been allegedly molested, and they wait 10, 20, 30 years to come out and say, oh, this person touched me this way, or, this person raped me, or, this person had inappropriate actions with me. Now, Afrika Bambaataa is somebody who, is legendary, historic, throughout the hip-hop culture. And, for you guys that listen to my videos on a regular basis, you guys know that I work in the music industry. And there's a lot of things, I hear about. There's a lot of things I personally know. And, you really get a grasp of what the hell is really going on, whether you're in the movie industry, the music, sports, whatever. It's a lot of shit that goes on in the entertainment industry that people don't know about. Negative, positive, things on the business side. And that's why I always say, do your research. Don't just talk out the side of your ass, or, talk about the music industry or the entertainment industry from things you think, or things that someone else has said out of their mouth. But, I say that to say this. I have a close, guy that I did some work with a couple of years ago, and he told me a story about Afrika Bambaataa and his father. And he told me, allegedly, and I put that out there, allegedly, that Afrika Bambaataa would drive to the inner cities back in the 80s and try to lure young boys from the quote-unquote hood back to his spot in New Jersey, and kind of come on to him. And I had heard this years ago, before this even came out. But like I said, you hear things throughout the industry. Some things are rumors, some things you can actually prove. But this is not something that is new to my ears. It might be new news to everybody else, but it's not to my ears. I have heard certain allegations like this. But at the same time, you look at these guys coming out, all these years later, and you ask yourself, well, what can be the motive? And, it could be a business thing. He might have promised these guys a hit record, or promised they'll get signed, or, whatever. Maybe they went on tour with this guy and he didn't pay him, or business went left. And now they want to come out here and basically accuse him of molesting them. And so, it's a whole bunch of reasons to why this could be going on. And then, he possibly could have done this, because if we go back to the 80s, it was a lot of cats that, people would say, oh, this rapper's a little, fruity, or he might like men. And I can remember, being back there, as a kid in the early 90s and, late 80s and shit, hearing, that Afrika Bambaataa could have been one of those cats. And there was other guys out there, but he was one of the guys that, could have been a potential suspect. And then now you fast forward to 2016 and this comes out. But, like I said, I'm not accusing this brother of anything, because like I said, I think we have a bad habit in society of making people guilty without any valid proof being shown. I think that's why a lot of people are attacking Bill Cosby for his situation right now, simply because you had these women come out and say he did this and did this, but they haven't really came with any solid facts. And then you look at all the years that it went by, you got to question some of this stuff. But I'll try to leave a link in the description box. This is sad news. I hope it's not true, because like I said, Afrika Bambaataa is somebody who is a great movement and a great piece to hip-hop history. So, I hope it's not true. But, like I said, a lot of times we think people are one way because we listen to their music or we watch them on TV, but in their personal life, they can be a completely different person. I've told you guys before that I've met certain actors or artists that I thought was cool as hell, just from, their music, or from the television, and you meet them and they're a complete asshole. So, you know, a lot of these people are not who you think they are. And then you got some people who you think are assholes, but they're actually nice people. So you just never really know, and you have to learn how to separate the artistry from the actual person. But you guys give me your feedback on, you know, what you think about this whole Afrika Bambaataa thing. You know, like I said, you know, the man's innocent until proven guilty, and quite frankly, I want to see some goddamn proof, because anybody can come on and say you touched him here, or you know, you try to perform oral sex on him and all this other bullshit, but you gotta have some proof. You gotta have some documents, some witnesses. You gotta come with something that is solid for the public and the courts to believe you, because to wait this long, you know, you set yourself up for failure if this is true. And then you got cats out here who lie, and they make it bad for people who have actually been molested. So, I mean, you know, it's a wild game out here in a wild society. But you guys give me your feedback on what you think about this whole issue. I'm out. Peace.